don't know why you hit the.
Hello and welcome everyone to Right to Stick, and we back again for another interesting phone from Metro by T-Mobile and Samsung. And today we have the Samsung Galaxy A20. I'm gonna give you my first impression and we're gonna do unboxing. So without any further ado, let's find out.
'Cause I won't be there. I won't look back when you're right.
Now before we do the actual unboxing, let's go ahead and have a look on the specifications on the main feature for the Galaxy A20. As you guys can see, we have regular packaging from Samsung. We don't have the traditional Metro by T-Mobile packaging. All we're gonna see here right on the top, the Metro by T-Mobile logo. Now this phone has massive size screen, 6.4 inches guys. It's a huge size screen, edge to edge infinity display. It's an AMOLED display and the resolution only high definition. You're talking about 720p x 1560, relatively low resolution for a screen with 6.4 inches. The amount of PPI also is very disappointing. We have 268 for the PPI. This is relatively low compared to the size of the screen. Now for the camera, we have 13 megapixel and 5 megapixel camera for the rear. I'm excited because this is the first non-flagship Samsung phone through Metro has dual camera on the back, but the 13 megapixel has aperture 1.9 only. We've seen phones like the Samsung Galaxy Star has 1.7, so I will test out the performance in the low light situation. For the selfie, we have 8 megapixel with a flash. We will test this out too to see how the performance is going to be. Now for the internal memory, we have 32 gigabyte and 3 gigabyte of RAM. I wish that phone, because the price tag of the phone, at least give me 64 gigabyte if I'm paying this much. Now for the processor, this time around Samsung uses Exynos 7904 with 1.8 octa-core processor. And we have a huge battery with this phone, also supported by quick charge 2.0, 15 watts for the charging, which is fast charging, which is a great addition in my opinion for the battery. The size of the battery is 4000 milliamp. This is relatively great in my opinion. Also, the phone supported with a fingerprint and face unlock. The fingerprint located on the back of the phone, which is a great addition in my opinion. Now, no doubt that the Samsung Galaxy A20 has one of the best looking phones I have ever seen in my life. The phone, it's so beautiful, very futuristic looking device, no doubt with this. The phone has edge-to-edge display, very thin bezel, large screen, doesn't look big in your hands, but there is many problems in the design as well. Now this phone made out of a plastic. The whole phone is a plastic. I mean, I don't have a problems with the plastic. That because this phone is not expensive device, so I'm not going to complain about this. But you guys can look to the back of the phone. It looks like a mirror over here, as you guys can see, so you can see all the glare and reflection on the back. And this plastic seems to me is going to get scratched so easily. Just make sure once you get this phone to buy a phone case. Other than that, you will be ending having a lot of scratch on the back of the phone. Plus, even the feel of it seems to me very cheap. I would recommend not to use a plastic if you want to make the plastic look like a glass. so that way the phone doesn't get scratched, because when you have a glass phone, the glass is more resistant for scratches and other things. Now also the frame is all made out of plastic over here. Other than that, the design is beautiful. The phone is very futuristic looking. It looks even similar to the flagship phones. You won't even tell this is actually a budget device or mid-range device either. So the phone has the headphone jack, so a lot of phones they miss. It has C-type and the speaker fire from the bottom over here, and we have the volume rockers all located on the right side, and we have the power key. Now the power key is not distinguished by textures, as we have seen phones from Motorola and other companies. They just make it easier for you to find the buttons. By the way, the phone doesn't have button for Bixby, since this is a Samsung phone. That is the fingerprint, and the fingerprint, it's so fast, actually very responsive and works perfect. I don't have issues or whatsoever in that fingerprint. Here's the two camera on the back, and by the way, this camera has wide angle mode, and we have also a flash. Now on the front, we have the front facing camera over here with a little notch over here. It looks nice, actually. It's not like the other phones has that huge notch over there, which is make the phone look so ugly, but this has very tiny notch where the camera, it has selfie flash, but the flash in this phone is different. If you just enable the flash, the whole screen it must turn white and give light to your face, and then you have more light for the front facing camera. So there's no actual LED flash in the front camera. The phone also has the facial recognition, which is normally uses the camera. It captures picture and match this picture for you. If someone else has the same picture, they will be able to unlock the phone by the face unlock. So the Samsung phones, Android phones in general, as far as doesn't have 3D face recognition, is not going to be a secure way. I normally go and use the fingerprint because it's more secured. As I said before, the speaker located on the bottom, which is I don't have any problem with that location. It's better than being on the back of the phone, but the problem is here that this speaker doesn't sound really good. I mean, it's not clear and it's not loud in my opinion. I'll let you go ahead and listen to it, and that way you guys can judge by yourself.
I get out from his belly on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us.
Now, as I said in the beginning of the video, we have 6.4 inches display with high definition plus. We don't have full high definition on 6.4. It's disappointing. The amount of PPI, 268, is not also that great over here. Well, let me give you my opinion, guys. I have the phone in my hands. I've been playing videos, watching the screen. It's an AMOLED display, by the way. I mean, believe or not, this display looks beautiful. I mean, I don't even need to put the full brightness. It's so bright and it's vivid and it has very good contrast and is very sharp at the same time. Like, I am very shocked with the results for the screen. Like, how come screen on the larger screen, as you guys can see, with 6.4 inches and low resolution give us this great performance. So I have to give a credit for Samsung of doing very high quality displays. In my opinion, the display is great. I don't have any problem whatsoever. Don't be fooled with the specification only. You have to look also the quality of the display. Now for the software, this phone has the latest software from Android 9, and Samsung has their own UI. So they use one UI instead of TouchWiz right now, and it's very smooth. Everything is smooth, as you guys can see. You can go from screen to screen, no lags, no problems or whatsoever. So here's Bixby actually, and then if you swipe the top, you will see all the application you've downloaded on the phone. Like, in my opinion, a Samsung UI, one of the best UI for Android. It's custom by Samsung and it has a lot of good features. Maybe later on I will cover more about this phone if you guys want to see more coverage about Samsung feature on the Galaxy A20. So let me know in the comment below. Well, let me go ahead and cover a few features for this phone. I just want to let you know the phone doesn't have NFC. That means that you can do paying by NFC or using Samsung Pay or Android Pay. Lack of the NFC. If it's a big deal, this maybe not going to be the phone for you. But the phone has features like, we have, first of all, we have a flash, airplane mode, power mode, which is normally you get all these features with any device. We have the blue light filter helps people with some issues with the vision. We have a smart view, and this is very unique feature for Samsung phones, where you can connect the screen from your phone to your TV. I use this a lot. It's very neat feature. Wi-Fi calling if you are on Metro by T-Mobile, as well as you're gonna get all the Samsung features. For instance, you have the Galaxy Store. You can download more applications, as well as the phone has the Samsung Health. Is a very good actually application for doing your sport activities. It is tracking your steps and things like that, so it's very useful for people they want to do sport activities. Now let's talk on the actual performance. As I mentioned earlier, Samsung uses their own Exynos processor. We have the model 7904 with 1.8 octa-core processor, 3 GB of RAM, and 32 for the internal storage. I mean, the internal storage is vary from person to person. Maybe, you know, if you want to take pictures, just put SD card, because the phone take up to 512 for videos and pictures like this, and just keep the 32 for your apps and the games. And since we're talking about games, I have downloaded only one game right now. I'm in the process to test the phone out. I tested Need for Speed No Limit, and guys, the performance is amazing. I mean, the gameplay with no any issues, no lagness, is very smooth, and it's like a better actually. I mean, I don't think so this phone has any issues. If you are intending to buy this phone, that because you love to play games in your cell phone, this gonna be one of the best option for you. Now finally, in this video I'm gonna be talking about the camera. As I mentioned before, so we have 13 megapixel camera and 5 megapixel camera. So the reason why we have another camera, because actually that will give you 2x zooming, and so we have wide and we have regular mode for the rear camera, plus you have something called live focus. What the live focus is basically the portrait mode, but Samsung, they're not saying it's called portrait, they're saying it's a live focus. As you guys can see, let's go ahead and open the application. Here, if I go to the regular mode and the wide angle mode, see how much we can get just by going to regular mode to the wide angle mode. Plus we have live focus that will actually give you where you can adjust the blurry on the camera, which is nice in my opinion. Samsung, they just use different expression, but it's portrait in my opinion. And you have also some stickers. We've seen this before in some other Samsung phones before, so you can change filter and stuff like that, HDR mode and some other features. Now for the video for the rear, it takes full high definition. We don't have 4K in this device. Selfie as well, we have the a wide angle, we have a live focus, and we have regular just to take photo. Here's regular, and here's we can do actually wide angle. It's not too wide, but it's wide, plus you can use the live focus that will actually blur all the background. Now I want to put you with some samples I've taken with this phone, so you guys can see this in yourself on the screen. Before I end the video, let me admit something for you guys. The phone exceeded my expectations. I was thinking about the size screen 6.4 and only high definition is not enough. The PPI is low, but when you see things in your eyes, it's gonna make a difference. I put you in an account. This phone has AMOLED display. It's a high quality display, so you're buying quality from Samsung over here. Other than that, the whole performance of the phone is amazing. I mean, One UI is great, with the Android 9 is very smooth and give you the best performance. And don't forget, the camera is amazing. At the same time, the wide angle and the live focus, you can come up with a good pictures even in the low light situation. I mean, seriously, the only things I don't like in this phone, the way they build the back of the phone. They make it from shiny, glassy plastic, easy to get scratch. It's not high quality, I admit that for you, but get a phone case and you should be good to go. And that was very much it for that video. I wish you guys find this video helpful, enjoy watching. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to Variety Stick if you haven't already, hit the bell for notification on the future so that way you don't miss any of my content. Thank you so much for watching. As always, we'll see you in the next video.